Should we be streaming right now? It's not on air.
But alright, so we're good?
Alright, yeah. Well, I don't know, what's the deal with the scoreboard? Why is it?
What is it? I just got a right, it says right click on any of the, but this is kind of right click.
There's got to be a way to do it without right click. What do you have to get to?
I just have to get to the edit page, where you edit the scoreboard and something.
This is the edit page.
Yeah, just the edit page. I need the page that allows me to edit the scoreboard, the actual scoreboard itself.
You don't just click on the there? Yeah.
No, there's an actual screen. I can try to like game set mode.
Let's work on it. But at least we're streaming. Yeah, we're streaming. So yeah. So what do we go to? Why don't we just do
Yeah, it's more of an overlay.
Not here yet.
That's because we have to go on it.
We're not on it.
Okay, okay.
So if you want, you can go there. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Hey, we did get the plan working fine. We got the plan producer working fine. Yeah, one thing is the live text again. I need to get to the page where I can do the timeline. Top of the screen. Say it again?
We can go on it. We can go.
Yeah. There is no screen share. There's no thing saying on the phone. Yeah, the live text is open. You have the scoreboard too.
Follow them right over. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Right click. No, it's a Mac, so I press Command, right?
Number 10, Matt Doyle.
So, I can't do the code now. Yep. Alright. And scoreboard back. Alright, I got it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Alright, you should.
6. We're good now, but I don't know why we're good.
That's right around.
Pan out. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to GoGreenKnights.com for tonight's CIAC basketball contest between your host, Notre Dame Green Knights, and the visiting Hand Tigers here from Alumni Hall, played on Tonelli Court. Just saw the wrap-up of senior night activities for the class of 2013. We'll have a brief warm-up. We'll talk about the pregame. We'll send it to commercials. We'll be back with the start of the action in just a little bit. Exciting night here for Notre Dame basketball, as it is senior night. And we'll get into that as well as what this game means and everything as we go on through the evening. We're happy for you to join us here on GoGreenKnights.com. Steve Kirk alongside Jared Murphy will have tonight's action for you as we are introducing the starting lineups. Jared, what are your thoughts as we enter tonight's game? Senior night, always an emotional night.
Yeah, I think so, and I think I think it's going to be exciting. Last real official home game for Coach Palladino. It's a lot of years. We'll honor him at halftime. You have these seniors, extra energy in the air. Got a nice crowd in here tonight. A lot of people could make it out tonight, and these are two evenly matched teams. I think it's going to be a pretty good game.
These two teams played way back when, opening night of the year, back in mid-December. Hand emerged victorious, 62-57. Game came down to the final possession. Notre Dame had a chance to tie it. Hand made some free throws, put it away. Obviously, teams are a little bit different now than they were back in the first game of the year. Yeah, definitely.
I think as far as Notre Dame goes, we could tell as they've come down the stretch here, they've gotten much better from the free throw line. They've done a nice job in the half-court set as far as kind of waiting patiently, playing some good Notre Dame basketball in that sense. And you can only assume that Hand, just watching them during warm-ups and how they were before, they're a good shooting team, and if they can execute on offense, it's going to be tough, so we're going to see what happens.
Of course, right before we have the national anthem here, Notre Dame, of course, coached by Gary Palladino. Hand, Frank Rossi, I think you know him well, teaches in the building, little extra to tonight's game.
That's for sure. Some inside information going on for sure, and they are not strangers.
No, not at all. We'll step aside as we have the... Actually, we'll keep it right here as we have a moment of silence. Notre Dame just held a moment of silence for freshman Nick Falesco. A week ago today, unfortunately, passed away in his sleep. We'll be back with the start of tonight's game right after these words. You're watching Notre Dame basketball on GoGreenKnights.com.
Good morning, Curtis Ryan. Congratulations.
Hi, Curtis Ryan. I just brought my new Honda in for the first free oil change, and they're even washing it. We got such a great deal on that car, and everyone here is so easy to work with. Thank you, Curtis Ryan.
For a limited time, your first month's payment is on us. Up to $500 on select 2012 models. Call Curtis Ryan in Shelton for details.
Looks good, doesn't it? But you forgot something. All that saturated fat. Why not try Longini sausage instead? Other leading brands contain more than twice the saturated fat than Longini. Made with all natural ingredients, perfectly spiced with just enough salt, Longini sausage is the healthier choice. Made fresh locally in New Haven since 1950. Look for the Longini label in your grocer's fresh meat section.
For the last 10 years, Federico Insetti has served individuals and business clients throughout the Northeast. Originally founded by Mark Federico, class of 72, the current principals are Michael Federico, Notre Dame class of 82, and Lynn Setti, Sacred Heart Academy class of 82. Providing accounting, tax, audit, and consulting services, Federico Insetti is the perfect company for your personal, corporate, estate, and gift tax returns. A proud sponsor of GoGreenKnights.com, call Federico Insetti at 203-248-9966 for all your accounting needs. New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates specialize in medical and surgical care of the foot and ankle. They have a state-licensed surgical center with a physical therapy center available for all patients. Physicians include Notre Dame graduates David and Robert Novicki, along with Martin Pressman, James Krantz, and Jesse Parks. They are affiliated with the 3 major New Haven area hospitals, and they participate with most health insurance carriers. With locations in New Haven, Hamden, Milford, and Ansonia, New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates is your GoGreenKnight.com connection to healthier feet. Visit them online at MilfordPodiatry.com. Welcome back to GoGreenKnights.com coverage. Senior night, Notre Dame basketball. Steve Kirk, Jared Murphy here. Coach Murphy will give us our starting lineups for tonight.
Yes, for hand, let's see, we have number 3, Matt Wallach, one of the guards. We have number 11, Brendan Belchek, Sam Jablonski, number 12, number 15, Kyle Anderson, and we have number 32, Philip Crampton. For Notre Dame, we have Big Joe Bongiorni, jumping center, number 4, 34, Ryan Morgus, 10, Matt Doyle, 11, Kevin Walton, and running the point, Lonnie, number 25.
Billy Murphy throws it in the air. Bongiorni wins the tap. Walton, courtesy of an easy tap and layup, and Notre Dame, 5 seconds in, grabs a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it's a start that you like. Kind of surprised you don't see Hand kind of give a little more respect on the jump there in the tap, but they end up with it.
Crampton for Hand, tries a 3. Blackwell with the rebound, long outlet pass to Walton. He's going to try and hit a 3 right off the get-go, no good. Rebound by Crampton. Kudos to our GoGreenKnights.com crew to get us on the air in plenty of time for tonight's game. Danny Alvarado and Dave Blanchard. Ben helping us out as well. Working on a scoreboard for you. We don't know if we're going to get it going. Looks like we do. And on their second possession of the game, layup by Kyle Anderson, senior center, knots the game at 2, 7:10 left to go, first quarter.
Yeah, and I think you see from Hand right there, some pretty nice offense, pretty nice patient, some good screens, and very similar to a Notre Dame style as we talked about before, you know, Coach Frank Rossi being with Coach Powell. As Big Joe knocks down a 3 here.
Bongiorni makes a 3, his first attempt of the game. Bongiorni's had an excellent year for this Green Knights squad. Notre Dame 10-5, Hand 8-8. Both have some games left to play. Mother Nature got in the way. Both teams had a couple practices after Blizzard Nemo came through. Hand drives the lane. That was Bilchek. He gets picked by Bongiorni. Bongiorni trying to go coast to coast and will not make the layup. Doyle couldn't get the rebound. Hand clears. But Doyle able to make a pick of a Wallach pass. Morges will hand it to Blackwell, and they will bring it over half court and get into their offense.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame happy about that. Couple turnovers. See if they can execute here off the turnover.
Bongiorni to Morges. Back out to Blackwell. 3 rims in and out. Morges gets the rebound up and in. Offensive rebound put back good for Morges. Notre Dame with a 7-2 lead 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, they're looking pretty strong, pretty aggressive in the half court there. Attacking the glass, attacking the ball on defense. Looking inspired.
Hand trying to get it in low to Anderson. Makes a little jump hook move. Good over Bongiorni. Cuts the deficit to 7-4.
Anderson, kind of a big young man, a little bit thick there. You know, Joe could have his hands full if he starts finishing shots like that.
Bongiorni, top of the key, faces the basket. Hits Doyle in the far right corner. Back to Bongiorni up top. Pump fake, not going anywhere. Gets it to Blackwell up top. He's guarded by Bilchek. Blackwell lost it for a second, got it back. Almost lost it again. That ball was deflected into the backcourt. Blackwell picks it up. Maybe gets away with a little push.
Yeah, it looked like it a little bit. Saw left arm come out a little bit.
Walton pick and roll with Bongiorni. Spin move. He's not going to get the layup, but that's because he got fouled by Anderson. Bongiorni will go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, Notre Dame just staying patient, didn't have to force a shot. I think early on in the season, sometimes they get kind of panicky, force something, maybe a bad pass or a bad shot, sometimes turn into a turnover. But you can see as years gone on, they've gotten better with just settling. I think that was a great play on the side there. Nice pick and roll. See if they can make some free throws.
Bongiorni steps to the line. Twinkles the twine with the first one. Notre Dame 8-4. Tajidi will replace the senior Doyle. This gives us a great chance to mention that tonight's webcast is sponsored by Longini Sausage, family-owned business for 60 years. Quality products include Italian link sausage, Italian sausage patties, porchetta, bulk sausage, and the new Italian chicken sausage. They're a proud sponsor. You can find them in restaurants, delis, and pizza houses. You can visit them online at longinisausage.com.
Notre Dame coming out a little bit of a three-quarters trap. It's paid some good dividends for them as the season has progressed. They've really generated some good turnovers, and in a sense, and then you get fast break points. So they're bringing that out early. Usually they wait till the second half for that.
Anderson underneath, working on Bongiorni, passes it back out. Gets it to Jablonski, 3 no good, rebounded by Blackwell. Finds a streaking Morges, catches it before he falls out of bounds. Notre Dame will reset. Bongiorni's second free throw was good. Notre Dame leads 9-4 as we approach the halfway mark of this first period. Walton on the left wing, gets it to Blackwell up top. Morges sets a pick. Blackwell drives to the lane, kicks it back to Morges. Free throw line jumper. Just a little strong off the iron. Ball goes out of bounds. Hand will take over.
Yeah, I think if your coach probably pretty happy with that. It was a nice pick and roll. Lonnie did a nice job. When you come off those picks, you want to make sure that you're getting double teamed, and then somebody is left open. Lonnie did a good job finding Morges.
Wallach working on Bongiorni. Morges hedges the screen. Wallach gets past him. Little floater over Bongiorni, no good. Bongiorni tips it up once, twice, third time. Finally corrals that rebound. Finds Walton. Notre Dame goes the other way. Walton stops, pops for 3. Good. Senior, couple big baskets. Notre Dame jumps out to an early 8-point lead, 12-4. Wallach drives the lane, rims in and out, no good. Bongiorni, another rebound. Got to be 4 already for the senior. Edie on the right wing. Gets it to Blackwell up top. Reset.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. On the glass. Wow.
Edie with another 3. And that's going to force hand coach Frank Rossi, Notre Dame class of 93, director of technology. Helps me with all my gadgets, make sure they're working right. He's probably be unhappy now is when I call him to fix something because his team gave up back-to-back 3s and now trail 15-4.
Yeah, it's Notre Dame. I mean, you were right before on that rebound comment. I mean, they're holding hand really to one shot, and then they're out heading the other way. And Notre Dame, if they are making three-pointers, they're going to be very difficult to beat. So Coach Rossi realizing that, trying to take a break from the action, get a timeout, kind of corral his troops. And we'll see what happens here when they come out of this timeout.
Of course, tonight is senior night, but we also kind of parlayed it into an alumni night. Invited former players back. We have about 20 to 25 former players here. There'll be a halftime ceremony to introduce them on the court where they played. Some a few years ago, some not so few years ago.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty impressive list of guys able to make it out. That's pretty good, 25 guys.
Hand running some offense. Notre Dame in a man-to-man. That's Jablonski. Drives the lane, but Bongiorni says, get it out of here. Bongiorni playing some inspired ball.
Big time block by Joe Bongiorni, trying to take advantage of his last senior regular season home game.
Gets it to Anderson on the right wing. Gets it out to Barnaby. Barnaby works on Blackwell, drives the lane. Morges picks him up. Kicks it out, almost stolen by Eddie. Gotten back to Wallach. Wallach will shoot a 3, no good. But rebounded by Hand, and they'll start again. Get it back to Wallach out at the top. Hands it off to Brendan Hughes. Hughes guarded by Walt. Gets it over to Barnaby on the left wing. He's going to try a 3 as well. That one front rim, no good. Another Hand offensive rebound. Morges with a block. Ball winds its way back out to Wallach. Gets it to Anderson. Wide open 3 by Hughes. 3 opportunities. Teams are going to score. That time it was 3 points. Much needed points for Hand as they cut the deficit to 15-7.
Yeah, you're right about that. Offensive rebounds. I mean, Hand did a great job on the glass there. And the more offensive rebounds you get, I mean, the better chance you got of finally getting a score.
Edie off a screen, guarded by Wallach. Brings it back out, gets it to Morges. Morges tries to make a move, brings it to the top of the key, gets it to Wall. Gets it back to Blackwell at the top, guarded by Barnaby. Morges in low to Bongiorni. Bongiorni works on him, doesn't get it to go, but will get another foul, this time on Anderson. I believe that's his second of the game. Bongiorni will go back to the line where he made 2 before.
Yeah, it's big on Anderson, having Anderson in the middle there. Good-sized young man trying to battle Big Joe Bongiorni. 2 fouls already. Not even done with the first quarter yet. We'll see if Big Joe can continue his 100% from the free throw line. And as soon as I say that, hopefully I don't jinx him, because sometimes that happens.
No jinx so far. 3 in a row. Twinkling the twine for Bongiorni on the free throw line. 1:57 to go in the first quarter. Steve Kirk, Jared Murphy, senior night, Notre Dame basketball, GoGreenKnights.com. Alumni night as well. Took a free throw, but the jinx came through. This was one too late.
Just kill him when you say that.
3 by Hughes. This one back rim, no good. Barnaby's able to chase it down near half court. Works on Blackwell. Finds Hughes. He cuts to the lane. Lays up a floater. Hits 3 or 4 parts of the rim, but drops. Notre Dame ahead, 16-7.
Hand seems to do a pretty nice job on offense as far as driving and the guys without the ball. Seem to do a pretty good job moving without it, finding an open spot, and creating some kind of space.
Bongiorni in the motion set, finds Walton, finds Edie, favorite spot, 3, 2 for 2 on the day. Notre Dame increases their lead to 10, 19-9. Good first quarter for the Green Knights. 20 points on the board, 19 with a minute left.
Yeah, Taj is knocking those down. Could be a long night.
Nice backdoor cut there by Wallach. Ryan Wallach. Twin of Matt Wallach. Matt started. Ryan had a backdoor cut there. Couldn't get it to fall. Moore just grabbed the rebound, got fouled. 52 seconds left. Actually, Notre Dame turned it over, excuse me. Wallach in the corner, guarded by Edie. Drives to the middle. Pump fake. Nice move, gets it up and finger roll. Wasn't really a finger roll, but it just got over the front rim.
It just kind of floated over there. It's nice move. Nice drive to the lane, good ball fake. Taj had to commit and kind of ducked right up and under.
Coach Balladino calls 4, which means Notre Dame will try to get the last shot of the half. Kalani Ham in the game for the Green Knights. Edie up top, Notre Dame in the 4 set. Get it back to Blackwell, 20 seconds left to go. Notre Dame 19, Hand 11. Senior night, alumni night, GoGreenKnights.com. Thanks for joining us here. Edie on the right wing, guarded by Wallach. Gets a pick by Bongiorni. Bongiorni rolls, but he comes to the left side to Blackwell. Blackwell puts up a jumper, strong. Kalani Ham gets the rebound, puts it on the floor, gets it off just in time, no good. Notre Dame with 2 chances, couldn't convert. We are 1 quarter complete here on GoGreenKnights.com. It's Notre Dame 19, Hand 11. We'll be right back. 1 minute for our local sponsors.
Ivy League Landscaping is a family-owned, full-service design and build landscape company which services Southern Connecticut. We offer digital landscape design and installation. Our interlocking concrete paver system will add beauty to your patio and walkway. We share our location with our own Soundview Landscape Supply. Please visit us at 50 Industry Drive in West Haven. Ivy League Landscaping, from custom design to seasonal maintenance and supplies. Visit our website at ivyleaguelandscaping.com.
Many times bad things happen to good people. A car accident, a divorce, a loved one is arrested. Things you just can't prepare for. Zingaro and Cretella specialize in civil litigation, family law, and criminal defense. A leading New Haven and Fairfield County general practice law firm established in 2001, attorneys Gene Zingaro and Don Cretella, ND class of 1986, who thankfully is a much better lawyer than it was a receiver for me, will guide you and help you make an informed and rational decision in a difficult time. Visit them at www.theconnecticutdefenders.com. Zingaro and Cretella is a law firm you can trust.
Network Group, we are committed to.
Welcome back to GoGreenKnights.com coverage. Notre Dame basketball. Notre Dame gets the ball to start the second quarter. Strong move by Moore, just couldn't get it to drop. Hand gets the rebound. Barnaby in transition in the air, but feeds a hand player, but Morges with a nice block. Knocks it out of bounds.
Big strong block, man. I got the student section up in that one.
Wallach going to inbound it. Gets it out to Jablonski. Drives on Ham. Ham's going to get called for a foul. First one against Notre Dame. Jablonski will go to the line and shoot 2. Clean played first quarter. 2 fouls against Ham. That was Notre Dame's first of the game. Jablonski gets the first one to go. Notre Dame will send in some subs. Walton and Doyle replace Ham and Morges. We'll set the lineup for Hand out there. They got Ryan Wallach. They got Jablonski on the line. Barnaby, number 21. Phil Crampton, junior center in there. As is number 23, Chris Teeling. So Jablonski makes 2, cuts it to 19-13. Doyle gets it over to Edey. Edey on the top of the lane, now Walton. Walton with a 3, just short and right. Barnaby grabs the rebound. Walton played in front of his father tonight, Cross head coach Kevin Walton. Switched the game to yesterday so he could see his son play on senior night. Nice job by the Waltons there.
Oh, really? Is that what they did? They switched it on him? Nice.
Of course, Walton, good timing there. Grabs a nice rebound, trying to go coast to coast. Cut off by Jablonski. Gets it back to Blackwell. Both teams playing man-to-man. Blackwell beats his man to the dribble, lays it up off the glass. No good. Teeling with the rebound. Gets it off to Wallach. Wallach pushes it the other way. Behind the back. Stops. Fades. Same little shot as before. He got it to go again.
Yeah.
Cuts the lead to 19-15, and Cary Palladino will take a timeout. We'll take a quick one, too. Just one quick one. Actually, we'll keep it here because it's a 30-second variety. Gives us a chance to mention one of our new sponsors. One of your colleagues, one of mine. Painting by DKM, Donald Martone. Decorative and traditional painting, a full-service painting company. Specialize in custom interior and exterior painting. Residential, commercial settings. They're fully insured. They're licensed. And I promise you, they'll beat any estimate. You can visit them at paintingbydkm.com. You can email Coach Martone at don@paintingbydkm.com. Or you can call them, 433-2-DKM. You get it, DKM?
I got it, DKM. I think the K is for Kevin.
You might be right.
I think it is.
I know Donald, I know
I figured
Martone.
that out last time. Couldn't figure out what it was.
I'll go with Kevin, that works. I know it's not Kirk, I know that much.
No.
Notre Dame 19, Hand 15. Notre Dame did have a 19-9 lead, so Hand on a 6-0 run. Walton finds Blackwell on the right. Going back to Bongiorni. Bongiorni spins, tries to get to the lane, loses it. Doyle gets it back, finds Blackwell, gets it back to Doyle. He pump fakes a 3, gets it back inside to Bongiorni. He spins, goes up with a shot off the side of the backboard, no good. Barnaby with the rebound. Trying to go coast to coast, loses the ball. Doyle's able to pick it up, knocked out of his hand. But Walton gets it back. Edey goes the other way. Little 10-foot pull-up is good.
Yeah, Edey's shooting a pretty high percentage tonight from that field.
Crampton tried a 3 from the right wing, no good, but Jablonski was able to grab the rebound. Walton knocked it out of bounds, so Hand will retain possession.
It's good to see Tosh kind of getting in the rhythm a little bit. He's struggled a little bit at home past few games, kind of touching every part of the rim, but it's good to see some of them going down now.
Jablonski couldn't get it in. Good pressure by Notre Dame. Hand will take a 30-second timeout. Gives us a chance to mention alumni night here. Originally, this was Coach Powell's last home game, but Mother Nature got in the way. Notre Dame's going to make up a game from last week, next week, so it was actually last home game is going to be Thursday against East Haven. Nonetheless, we kept alumni night tonight in connection with senior night, so there's a good 20, 25 former players here tonight. We'll recognize them at halftime in a brief ceremony, and then there's a reception afterwards for former players. Kind of reminisce, talk to Coach Powell. I'm sure that'll be a good night for him. I'm going to be honest with you. It'll be a much better night if they win.
Yeah, that is for sure. That's for sure. But you can tell he was pretty excited about tonight. I think, he's got quite a history and legacy here. 31 years, a long time.
Jablonski drives the lane, no good. Wallach gets it back. Right place, right time. Edey with the foul, hooping the harm. 3-point conventional opportunity for Wallach. 5:47 left to go. Notre Dame 21. Hand 17.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Right place, right time. That kind of just fell right into his hands there.
Not too many times the point guard gets the rebound on the low block.
Yes.
Is able to get it up and good, but that was what Wallach was able to do.
Right.
Cuts it to a 3-point deficit. Blackwell moving on the left wing, guarded by Barnaby. Drives the lane. Nice touch pass to Morges. Lays it up off the glass and good. Barnaby racing the other way. A little bit out of control. Lost it. Blackwell saves it underneath his own basket. Finds Walton. Barnaby knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be Notre Dame basketball.
Yeah, Barnaby was racing back this way. That's one thing that hand really hasn't gotten quite too much of tonight is really fast break points. Notre Dame doing a pretty good job getting back on defense.
Taj with a 3. At least his 5th 3 of the game. Hand quickly the other way. Jablonski finds Keeling. Caught Notre Dame napping.
That's right, as soon as we say it, right?
Notre Dame on the other end finds Walton. Bongiorni, second opportunity, hooping to harm. Hand just got a 3-point conventional play. Notre Dame's going to try to get it courtesy of a Bongiorni offensive rebound putback.
Yeah, working hard on the boards there. Maybe 2 or 3 offensive rebounds in a row there. Almost like Coach Shea-esque right there. Battling on the boards, battling.
That was Coach Shea's strength.
That's right. He's good at that.
Bongiorni. You could tell that was off left, but got the kind Notre Dame friendly bounce.
Shooter's roll there.
.433 to go. Notre Dame increases the lead to 9. A 3-pointer one from the stripe and a 3-pointer from the arc increases the lead to 29-20. Hand the other way. Wallach with an offensive rebound. Second chance try. Bongiorni grabs a rebound. I'm going to say it's his 6th. I'll probably pad it by 1. Quickly the other way. Walton goes to the lane, gets hit. Won't get the layup, but we'll go to the free throw line. Jablonski with the foul. Walton will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Notre Dame doing a pretty good job this quarter as far as drawing some fouls, being a little bit more aggressive. You know, in that first quarter, really wasn't too many fouls, which, you know, really wasn't too bad because you get a nice flow. Kind of going to the game back and forth, back and forth. But Notre Dame being a little bit more aggressive, attacking a little bit more, causing Hand to foul him a little bit more.
Walton makes the first. Notre Dame had a 19-9 lead by 10. Hand cut it to 19-15, maybe even 19-17, but the Green Knights have pushed it back to 10. Walton's going to try to give him 11, match his number, and that is the lead for the Green Knights, 31-20, midway through second quarter.
Yeah, we've seen Notre Dame kind of pull off that 1-3-1 trap.
Wallach with the rebound, no good. Morges able to get the rebound, finds Walton on the right wing. Blackwell up top. Morges drives the lane, kicks it back out to Blackwell, drives to the free throw line, takes a 15-foot jumper, back rim no good. Jablonski with the rebound. Quick outlet pass, strong move to the basket by Ray, no good. Edie going the other way, tries to find Walton just a little bit too far.
A little too much, probably had the right idea. Pretty tough pass. I think he had to throw left-handed too, it's tough. But I'll tell you what, Hand is no stranger to shooting them 3-point balls. They're letting them fly from the arc.
Jablonski on the right wing. Finds Bilchik up top. Finds it back to Jablonski. Guarded by Walton. Kicks it opposite field to Bilchik. Drives the lane, finds Jablonski. He'll take the 3, and that one's good. 3-point shooting contest here. Both have made some. Cuts the Hand deficit to 8. Notre Dame leads 31-23.
That's for sure. We got a couple teams that aren't shy to let that ball kind of fly from long distance.
Morges, top of the key, goes to the basket strong. Foul's going to be called against Ray, his first, team's 5th. Foul at the top of the key, so Notre Dame will shoot 2, excuse me. Thought that foul was before the shot.
Morges will take it.
Morges, short on the first free throw. Morges makes the second, 32-23. Notre Dame, 2.5, approaching the 2.5-minute mark here to go. Second quarter. Thanks for joining us. Senior night, alumni night, GoGreenKnights.com. Wallach drives. Jablonski in the corner. Thought about teeing up a 3, bobbled it a little bit. He'll bring it back up top, guarded by Doyle. Picked by Ray. Jablonski's going to try to bring it all the way around. Foul called against Doyle. Called on the floor, so Hand is going to inbound it. Kalani Ham is going to take the replace Doyle. Long pass, gets it out to half court. Hughes is going to stop it, pop, and take a 3. Back rim, no good.
That was college right there. That's some distance on that 3.
Edey with the rebound. Hands it off to Blackwell. Quick pass inside to Bongiorni. But he was muscled a little bit there by Ray. That's going to be his second in as many possessions. Chris Teeling, I think, is going to replace Ray. Ham inbounded it. It was blocked by Jablonski, and it hit Ham on the way out.
Is that what happened? I didn't really quite catch that one.
So that was not exactly how they designed that one.
No. Usually you try not to try to avoid having your players kind of one hand that thing kind of inbounds. That's something like that might happen to you.
Jablonski up top, guarded by Edey. Little weave by Hand, 3-man weave. Wallach drives the lane, tries to get a shot up, blocked by Morges, no good. Walton with the rebound, gets it to point guard Blackwell. A little underhand pass to Edey. Nice shuffle pass to Morges, got it blocked by Teeling. Hand will come the other way. Jablonski finds Bilchik. He's going to tee up a 3. No good. Morges tries to battle the rebound, but Hughes comes up with it. He thought about a 3, gets it out to Wallach. Jablonski now on the top of the key. Gets it back to Hughes. He pump fakes a 3, goes to the free throw line, gets it out to Wallach. Wallach finds Teeling. Muscles inside. Morges with some good hand-up defense. Ball is knocked up by Bilchik. It hits the pipe. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Notre Dame ball up 32-23 with 1:19 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, we got some teams playing pretty hard right now. Some good hard basketball. You can see it on their faces right now. Pretty intense. Some tough, determined play right now. Almost a nice basket by Notre Dame. That was a nice kind of shovel pass by Taj Morges. Couldn't finish. At the other end, Hand just working hard, attacking the hoop. Couldn't quite get it to fall.
Come down the other way. Walton take a free throw line jumper. That's going to be no good.
And after that, Coach Powell comes on the court. Maybe halfway. Trying to encourage Kevin. Maybe next time want to try and at least get the rim.
I think Coach wanted to put on a uniform there. Notre Dame 32, Hand 23, under a minute left to go. Barnaby drives the lane on Blackwell, but Blackwell gets the block. Ball comes up here. My man Danny Alvarado is going to pick it up.
Dan is on it.
Hand it back over to the official. Hand will inbound it. Barnaby strong to the lane. Doesn't get a shot up. Wallach with a nice over-the-back pass. Finds Teeling.
Nice look, huh?
Hand 32. Notre Dame leads Hand 32-25.
Wallach with a nice find.
Walton. Notre Dame held for the last shot at the end of the first quarter. Didn't get a basket. We'll try to get one now. They're in that same 4 spread. Blackwell finds Edie on the right wing, guarded by Wallach. Pick and roll with Bongiorni. He's going to keep it himself, then find Bongiorni. Lays it up. 3 seconds left. Ball's inbounded, tipped, and that will be the end of the first half. Notre Dame leads 34-25. Keep it here for the alumni event right after some words from our sponsors on GoGreenKnights.com.
Good morning, Curtis Ryan. Congratulations.
Hi, Curtis Ryan. I just brought my new Honda in for the first free oil change, and they're even washing it. We got such a great deal on that car, and everyone here is so easy to work with. Thank you, Curtis Ryan.
For a limited time, your first month's payment is on us. Up to $500 on select 2012 models. Call Curtis Ryan and Shelton for details.
Looks good, doesn't it? But you forgot something. All that saturated fat. Why not try Longini sausage instead? Other leading brands contain more than twice the saturated fat than Longini. Made with all natural ingredients, perfectly spiced with just enough salt, Longini sausage is the healthier choice. Made fresh locally in New Haven since 1950. Look for the Longini label in your grocer's fresh meat section.
New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates specialize in medical and surgical care of the foot and ankle. They have a state-licensed surgical center with a physical therapy center available for all patients. Physicians include Notre Dame graduates David and Robert Novicki, along with Martin Pressman, James Krantz, and Jesse Parks. They are affiliated with the 3 major New Haven area hospitals, and they participate with most health insurance carriers. With locations in New Haven, Hamden, Milford, and Ansonia, New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates is your GoGreenKnight.com connection to healthier feet. Visit them online at MilfordPodiatry.com.
Ivy League Landscaping is a family-owned, full-service design and build landscape company which services Southern Connecticut. We offer digital landscape design and installation. Our interlocking concrete paver system will add beauty to your patio and walkway. We share our location with our own Soundview Landscape Supply. Please visit us at 50 Industry Drive in West Haven. Ivy League Landscaping, from custom design to seasonal maintenance and supplies. Visit our website at ivyleaguelandscaping.com.
Many times bad things happen to good people. A car accident, a divorce, a loved one is arrested. Things you just can't prepare for. Zingaro and Cretella specialize in civil litigation, family law, and criminal defense. A leading New Haven and Fairfield County general practice law firm established in 2001, attorneys Gene Zingaro and Don Cretella, ND class of 1986, who thankfully is a much better lawyer than it was a receiver for me, will guide you and help you make an informed and rational decision in a difficult time. Visit them at www.theconnecticutdefenders.com. Zingaro and Cretella is a law firm you can trust.
As Network Group, we are committed to our
Okay, welcome back, GoGreenKnights.com. You got Jared Murphy here. I'm riding solo here for a little bit because at halftime we're honoring some players from Coach Pal. Like we mentioned before, this is Coach Palladino's last regular season home game after 31 years. And so at halftime we're recognizing some past players and coaches from Coach Palladino. We started off, or Coach Kirk started off by introducing a bunch of people on the coaching staff, namely Dominic Mastriano, Jason Kirk, Jason Shea, Sean Griffin, all either coached with Coach Pal or played for Coach Pal. And then also on hand, who Notre Dame is playing tonight, Frank Rossi and Mike Maratea. And so now what they're doing is they're having a bunch of past players come out. I think we got about 20 to 25 in all. We got Mark Scasino from 2009, that just raised his hand. That is Michael Roth from 2007. Joe Pepe from 2003. This is Ryan Adenolfi from 2001. A.J. Houston from 1998. 1989, Stan Osawiki. That class of 1988, Mark Consorti, otherwise known as Zortz. Class of 1983, first captain for Coach Palladino was Jim Halloran, he just announced. Class of 1981, Tom Doyle. He's the father of Matt Doyle out there tonight, who's celebrating his senior night. Class of 1972, Stan McLaughlin. And longtime athletic director for Notre Dame, Joe Tonelli, was last but not least announced there. So I think later on they'll be interacting and spending some more time with past players and coaches. And I think also at this time, the senior girl cheerleaders from Sacred Heart are now going to be presented with flowers because we celebrate their senior night with Notre Dame's boys basketball senior night. And this is Rachel Hurd, I believe, coming out. Tori Hecker. Coach Palladino's grandson's helping here, giving out some flowers. I didn't quite catch her name, otherwise I would definitely relay that to you. And it sounds like Jessica Labbert, last one. All right, I think at this time we're going to take a commercial break or come back in a little bit. Okay, we're going to break now, head to commercial. We'll come back a little bit, talk a little bit more about this next half, what happened in the first half, and catch up a little bit maybe with some past coaches and players. We'll see how that goes.
Bring simple and meaningful solutions to your complex problems. We work hard to achieve the highest levels of quality in our solutions to help your customers meet their challenging business needs. We're committed to delivering technology management solutions that offer security, reliability, availability, and performance. Visit our website, thebusinessnetworkgroup.com, for more information.
Considering an orthodontic treatment for you or your children? Dr. Philip Caparuso, a Notre Dame parent of 4, is conveniently located at the end of the Milford Green. Dr. Caparuso is a board-certified orthodontist and a preferred Invisalign provider. A proud GoGreenKnight.com sponsor, you can visit Dr. Caparuso online at drcaportho.com or call 203-874-5400. Let Dr. Caparuso bring out your best smile.
Good morning, Curtis Ryan. Congratulations.
Hi, Curtis Ryan. I just brought my new Honda in for the first free oil change and they're even washing it. We got such a great deal on that car and everyone here is so easy to work with. Thank you, Curtis Ryan.
For a limited time, your first month's payment is on us. Up to $500 on select 2012 models. Call Curtis Ryan in Shelton for details.
Looks good, doesn't it? But you forgot something. All that saturated fat. Why not try Longini sausage instead? Other leading brands contain more than twice the saturated fat than Longini. Made with all natural ingredients, perfectly spiced with just enough salt, Longini sausage is the healthier choice. Made fresh locally in New Haven since 1950. Look for the Longini label in your grocer's fresh meat section.
New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates specialize in medical and surgical care of the calm.
Coach Kirk is back.
I feel like I had like a Superman cape or something. Ran down there, had a little technical difficulties with the mic, but we got our
It's okay, we blame that on Brian Foote. Brian Foote should be here tonight. He is not here tonight. We blame you, Mr. Brian Foote.
I will send him a text afterwards, and if he's watching on GoGreenKnights.com, yes, we will blame Mr. Foote. But we got the nice alumni ceremony over with. They're going to join us afterwards for some pizza and beverages.
Is that going on in the cafeteria downstairs?
In the new auditorium.
Oh, new auditorium.
Yeah.
Very nice.
By all means, join us afterwards. But what are your impressions from the first half? Notre Dame 34, Hand 25.
Well, I would say I think kind of what we were talking about in the first half. I think they're pretty well matched. You know, they're two pretty solid teams. We had let's see, Notre Dame up by 8 by the close of the first quarter, up by 9. You know, right now, so they increased that lead by 1 point. I'll tell you what, though, they're shooting that 3 ball, and they're making it. Hands shooting a lot of threes. I have them down for maybe 2 out of 10, 2 out of 11, somewhere around there. A little more turnovers for Hand. So, you know, if Notre Dame can kind of keep up this shooting streak and continue to play solid defense, I think they got a really great shot at winning this. But if Hand starts knocking down some of those three-pointers, maybe they come out of full-court press and disrupt Notre Dame a little bit, this thing could be a lot closer. Who knows?
And we talk about this coach speak all the time, but how important are the first 2-3 minutes of the second half?
Yeah, this is huge. This really will help set the tone, you know, kind of for the half. And if you're Hand, you want to change that tone because you don't like this tone going on right now. And if you're Notre Dame, you want to come out high energy like last time. It would be great probably for them to see the ball go through the hoop immediately or get a steal right away. So first couple minutes can be pretty important.
Gives us a chance to just mention some of the alumni that did come back. I'm not sure on the webcast what part of the ceremony was broadcast or not. But we happen to have, you know, 4 Notre Dame assistant coaches who played for Coach Powell in some way, shape, or form with Coach Griffin, Dominic Mastriano, Jason Shea, and some guy named Jason Kirk. I think I know him a little bit from some part of my past.
Something like that.
Yeah, something. Yeah. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. I get. And then, of course, Notre Dame Hand's head coach, Frank Rossi, he's a Notre Dame alum, played for Coach Rossi, along with Mike Maratea, his freshman coach.
It's amazing, like, how many guys, like, he's been around and helped out, you know.
31 years. There's been a lot of guys that have come through, and going to mention some of the guys that are here tonight, but we, as I mentioned during the ceremony, had at least, 12 to 15 emails of guys that just couldn't make it. Family responsibilities, don't live locally, might be tuning in on GoGreenKnights.com, not sure. I'll bring up some of those names and some emails that came through that I'll share with Coach later, but some recent alums that came back to tonight for Coach Powell was Ashton Johnson and Marcus Casino. They played on some pretty good teams with Greg Mangano, who sent an email that we'll read in a little bit. Michael Roth from the class of 2007 is here. Joe Pepe, class of 2003, played in the state championship game in football and basketball, won football. Didn't get basketball, and I always kind of bring that up to him, and they lost on a heartbreaker to Bridgeport Central as we start the second half here, but also Ryan Adinolfi, A.J. Houston, Brendan Leary, Stan Osawicki, Mark Consorti, Thomas Moran, Joe Tonelli Jr., Jimmy Halloran, Notre Dame's first captain under Coach Palladino.
Yeah, that was great to have him. That's pretty cool.
Is here tonight, along with Tom Doyle from the class of 81. Stan McLaughlin, class of 72, is here. And then, of course, the gentleman whose court bears his name, longtime athletic director Joe Tonelli Sr. was here.
That's right.
He, of course, hired Coach Palladino 30 years ago. Back underway, 34-25.
Brian Foote. He's getting blamed. He's in California, and I'm still blaming him for a mic here in West Haven.
Hey, the Wires, I guess, don't run that far. Both teams with some empty trips on their first possession. Packwell goes to the lane, gets fouled by Wallach. Doesn't make the shot, but he will go to the free throw line and get a couple free throws. Important to mention, Notre Dame 10-5. They do have 5 games left in the regular season.
Yeah, they've been playing some pretty strong basketball, especially, as of late. They have a good chance to maybe finish, 15-5 or,
I think the coaches would sign up for that right now because that means they go 5-0.
Yeah.
But they want to win the second half right here and get the first one, then worry about anything that happens later. Notre Dame will play Hamden on Sunday at 5 o'clock. Then
That'd
they'll
be a
play
tough
Sheehan
game.
on Monday. They'll play East Haven on Thursday. Depending on the outcome of those games, they may play an SEC tournament quarterfinal game. On Saturday, they're still looking to make up a regular season game against Stratford as well. Morges picks Jablonski's pocket, picks up the steal. Edie goes the other way, trying to go coast to coast, lays it out, doesn't get it to go, but he was grabbed by Bilchik. Edie will go to the line to shoot 2.
He was, and that's Notre Dame coming on that 1-3-1, generating some pressure down the other side on hands, and then they become the beneficiary of a fast break and then out to the free throw line.
Edie can't get the first one to drop. I hope Mr. Foot is in California with golf clubs and going to take advantage of some good California weather.
I hope so.
Edie makes the second. Notre Dame increases the lead to 12, their largest of the game. Jablonski drives on Edie, pulls it back out, gets it to Bilchik. Notre Dame in man-to-man pressure defense. Wallach will take a 3, top of the key, twinkles the twine. Little pick and roll. Bongiorni a little slow to cover there, and Jablonski nails a 3, gets hand within 9.
Yeah, I gave him just enough space, and the hand, if you leave them just a little bit of space, it looks like they will pull that trigger, and if they start going down, it'll close this gap quite a bit.
Blackwell drives the lane, tries to get it to bounce in, couldn't get the kind roll. Jablonski grabs the rebound. He'll stop and pop 17 feet, good. And Notre Dame will call timeout as 5 quick points by hand pulls the Tigers within 7. We'll keep it here as it's a 30-second timeout. Just to mention some of the guys that sent emails that couldn't be here tonight. Greg Mangano's one, obviously. I'm not going to, might get a chance to read these later, but I want to go through the names. Mike Sagar from the class of 85 lives in Arkansas now. Visited Notre Dame a couple summers ago. Coach Powell came up, but he sent a nice email, which is too long to read, but I'll share with Coach Palladino later. David Kingsley from the class of 1990. He was a sophomore when I was a senior. As a sports information director at Trinity College in Hartford, so he's got some responsibilities tonight, couldn't be here. Jim Considine from the Mile High City in Denver. Former basketball player before Coach Powell was the head coach, but he sent some kind words that we'll share with Coach later. Mike Field was another player that played for Coach Powell in the mid-90s, early 90s. Jack Hannon was actually an alum from the class of 77, I believe. Sent his son up here for Coach Palladino's summer camp.
Wow.
Has parents who live on the shoreline, so he's been connected with the game. Michael Federico sent a long email, which we'll share with Coach Palladino as Bongiorni misses a little turnaround there, but then he gets the steal, goes up, and Bilchik commits the foul. Guys got tangled, but Michael Federico, I'm just going to mention what he mentioned because it kind of brings it full circle, is that his biggest story was that he remembered going to play St. Bernard's as a senior. They went up in a snowstorm that turned into a huge one. He called it a blizzard. They actually had to stay over at a hotel.
Oh, wow.
Come back the next day, and that's one of his fond memories, was a team bonding moment. They went on to have a pretty good season, so that was kind of appropriate considering what happened last week.
Absolutely.
Kevin Aniskowicz, also from the class of 90, couldn't be here tonight, so we got a lot of emails and notes that we're going to share with Coach later.
That's great stuff. So I think we got a technical out of that.
I think we got an intentional foul called against Hand. Bilchik kind of just wrapped him up. Guys got tangled afterwards. Couldn't tell whether Bongiorni maybe gave him a little love shove.
It looked like a little love tap after.
So got the intentional foul. Bongiorni's going to twinkle the twine for both free throws. Notre Dame will get the ball back. So 37-30, big part of the game because you get 2.
It is a big part.
And now you're going to get the ball back.
Coach Rossi's a little heated right now. Not happy about that.
Walton's inbounding right in front of us, 5-second call. Couldn't get it in time.
Coach Powell wants to have a conversation.
Coach Powell wants an explanation on that one. You know what, as a referee, I know what that conversation is all about. Notre Dame 39, Hand 30. Wow.
He's chasing him all the way on the other side, too. It's great.
The coaching box is a little extended for Coach Powell, I must say.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Little push by Morges. as Crampton goes down pretty hard.
Yeah,
Fell on the
okay
ball,
on
I
that,
think,
yeah.
too. Might have got the wind knocked out of him.
Kind of went down fast in that. Hope he's okay. Didn't want to twist an ankle or something like that, you know? Looks like he's a little bit wet or something over there. Might have to wipe that up.
They're going to get a towel. Notre Dame offensive coordinator Joe DiCaprio, man in the front gate, keeping everyone under control. He's going to do a little yard work, shall we say.
Clean up.
You know what my famous line when I do that is as an official?
What's that?
I'll say, you know, I don't mind doing this. Just don't tell my wife because then she'll make me do it at home. Hope she's not watching.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm sure she loves that line too. Oh, look, you got a text from her right now. Nah, that's good.
Something tells me I'll be cleaning windows and floors when I get home. Notre Dame called for a foul, holding foul. Officials trying to take this game under control. Nice pick and roll. Crampton couldn't get the rebound, but got his offensive board and put back. Cuts it back to 7, 39-32.
Big boy, huh? 6'7", listed at 6'7".
Took a 3 earlier. Got some basketball skills. Only a junior. Coach Rossi will like having him back next year.
Absolutely.
Edie on the left lane, cuts through, finds Walton in the corner, takes a 3, back rim no good. Rebound by Anderson. Gets it back to Wallach, finds Jablonski in the corner. Big 3, front rim no good. Moore just stretches for the rebound. That's a big swing right there. Could have cut the deficit to 4. Instead, Notre Dame with the ball up 7 with a chance to increase that lead as we approach the 4-minute mark in the third quarter. Jordy drives to the lane, gets it up, no good. Blocked. I think it was blocked by Jablonski, maybe Crampton. Either way, Bongiorni touched it on the way out to Handel get the ball.
Yeah, it's a tough break. A lot of times he's kind of able to drive in there, sort of twist and maybe throw one off the glass and try and get it, but 2 long arms came over on that one, and I think they each blocked that.
Should mention another player who's going to come tonight and see Coach Pell after his game, but Matt Kingsley, part of one of Notre Dame's best basketball teams, over 20 wins. Assistant coach at Yale. They're playing Cornell right now. I think they're tied at the half, but he's going to make an appearance later as Hand gets a basket, I believe, from Wallach and cuts it to 5.
Yeah, just like that, cutting it down to 5. I think we're up at 12 at one point. Notre Dame was up by. And
it was 37-25, 12-point lead. Hand's on a 9-2 run. Walton goes to the lane, lays it up, no good.
I just think, you know, their shot selection right now is just not looking as good as it was in the first half. They certainly credit Hand for playing some tougher defense, but Notre Dame not playing as patient basketball as they were in that first half.
Matt Wallach tries to find Crampton underneath. Didn't have a great angle. Maybe should have gone with a bounce pass. Didn't. Wound up throwing it out of bounds.
Yeah, I think so. That was tight to try and get in there.
So we have a lot of threes on that board. 3:36 to go. Third quarter. 39 Notre Dame. 34 Hand. Bongiorni in outlet pass. Tries the little pump fake over Crampton. Crampton's got 2 or 3 inches on him. No good. Hand in transition. Doyle with some defense on Teeling. Gets a nice play there. Notre Dame in transition. Walton. Reverse. Backspin layup is good. Notre Dame regains a 7-point lead. Good layup there by Walton.
Yeah, they needed to get a score there in transition, but look out the other way. Hand's coming back.
Crampton tries a 3. Teeling gets the rebound. Gets it back out to Wallach. Wallach throws up a shot a little bit off balance. Teeling gets the rebound. Had position on Doyle. Doyle missed the foul. Didn't want to give up the easy 2.
Yeah, Teeling had nice position there. Again, Wallach, you know, being aggressive there on the guard, trying to make something happen, came up short, but Teeling was there. They were still able to get a foul out of it and go to the free throw line. Possibly cut this down to 6.
Teeling a little short. One thing I wanted to ask you, how do you think the layoff had? Because, I mean, basically these teams probably played last Wednesday or Thursday. Then I bet you for the most part they had probably 4 or 5 days off. And at this time of year, you never get 4 or 5 days off. Do you worry about it ruining momentum, or do you say, you know what, it could be a good rest? Probably depends on the outcome of the game, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say it depends on the outcome of the game. Probably depends how they were coming into it too, you know. I mean, I know Hand going, they were at like a 1-4 sort of, you know, they lost like 4 straight, then they won a big 50-point win. They're coming off of, so they probably could use a break, and then the ND was sort of 500. I don't know. It's tough to say. And like you said, you know, it depends how the game's going to go. Either, you know, you win, oh yeah, it was a great break. You know? You lose, oh, we really didn't need that break. So we'll see.
Blackwell trying to weave through, kicks it back out to Borges. Bonjordi fakes a three, gets it back out to Blackwell. Both teams have played man-to-man all game. You haven't seen a zone.
They have. Man-to-man, you can tell it's got Notre Dame basketball written all over it. And this is kind of like what they were doing in the first half, you know, being pretty patient, seeing if they can get that entry pass in. If they can't, waiting until they get a higher percentage shot.
Blackwell with the screen by Morges drives the lane, tries to kick it out to Walton. Intercepted by Hughes. Wallach goes to the lane. Gets fouled. I don't know if it's by Edie or by Walton. Had a bunch of players on the floor. Wallach, and that's Ryan Wallach. Seniors, Matt Wallach and Ryan Wallach. If you're looking at your screen and trying to say, hey, he looks familiar. Well, yeah, they are twins, number 3 and number 5. Matt's a senior. He starts 5'11". Ryan's also a senior. Obviously, their twins are going to be the same year. He's also 5'11". Quick as a twine on that free throw.
They get their nose in the basketball. They find a way to get it and try and make some stuff happen.
I think Coach Rossi absolutely positively leads the state in redheads. Because Wallach's both have red hair. Plotsky also has pretty good red hair.
I think you might be right about that.
Couldn't convert the second one. Notre Dame leads 41-36. Just under 2 minutes left to go. Third quarter. Senior night, alumni night. Alumni Hall, Tonelli Court, Notre Dame basketball, GoGreenKnights.com. Steve Kirk, Jared Murphy, thanks for tuning in on this Friday night. Edie drives the lane. Gets whistled for too many steps, turns it over.
Yeah, kind of a Notre Dame funk right now. You know, a few turnovers. Really makes it difficult to try and get a good rhythm like they had in the first half. So now they got to count on their defense to try and generate a stop here.
Wallach finds Hughes. Picked by Anderson. Finds Wallach on the right wing. Gets it inside to Thiele. Backs Bonjordi down. Pump fake once, pump fake twice. Off the glass and good. And Hand is as close as they've been in a long time. Only trail by 3, 41-38.
That was a nice solid move down there in the block, huh? You know, good footwork, a few pump fakes. A nice finish off the glass, and Hand is playing inspired basketball right now.
Bonjordi spin move underneath. Hoop! And a harm. And Bonjordi with a little emotion gets the basket, is going to go to the line, try to get the conventional three-point play. Anderson called for the foul. Again, kudos to our crew here. Dave Blanchard, man in the camera. Danny Alvarado keeping us on the air and on time. Ben helping us out. Mr. Boyle on a plane right now to a week's cruise.
Yeah, I know. How nice does that sound? That sounds amazing. Well, it's good. He deserves it. He works hard. I hope he enjoys that time. It goes by slow for him.
Barnaby beats Blackwell off the dribble. Bonjordi made 1 of 2. Makes it 44-40, does the Barnaby layup, and Notre Dame, as they had in the first quarter and in the second quarter, will run forward to try to get the last shot of the third quarter. Here's another rule change I would like to make. 16-minute halves.
I like that. You know, where I coached in the private school ranks, you know, we did have those 16-minute halves. We had the shot clock, you know, and we had some good games of basketball.
If there's 8.5 minutes on the clock right now, you're just playing.
Right.
Instead, you're going to take 40 seconds off and try to get one shot, which that's the way the game's played. I don't blame
Coach
Palladino at all.
4 quarters, you know. It definitely does. That balance of time, you know, adds up that 4 quarters, and who knows what could have happened during that time. So
Edie drives the lane, finds Blackwell, under 10 seconds to go. Back to Edie, drives the lane, gets it to Walton up top. Walton going to try to force a 3, knocked away by Hughes, blocked by Hughes, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Blackwell might have gotten a shot up there. I don't know. I saw the hand go up by the official. Didn't go in anyway, so we are 3 quarters complete. 8 minutes left to go. A lot of 4s on that scoreboard. 4 fouls each. We're about to start the fourth quarter. Notre Dame leads 44-40. We'll be back for the exciting conclusion. Notre Dame basketball on GoGreenKnights.com. Foot and ankle. They have a state-licensed surgical center with a physical therapy center available for all patients. Physicians include Notre Dame graduates David and Robert Novicki, along with Martin Pressman, James Krantz, and Jesse Parks. They are affiliated with the 3 major New Haven area hospitals, and they participate with most health insurance carriers. With locations in New Haven, Hamden, Milford, and Ansonia, New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates is your GoGreenKnight.com connection to healthier feet. Visit them online at milfordpodiatry.com.
Ivy League Landscaping is a family-owned, full-service design and build landscape company which services Southern Connecticut. We offer digital landscape design and installation. Our interlocking concrete paver system will add beauty to your patio and walkway. We share our location with our own Soundview Landscape Supply. Please visit us at 50 Industry Drive in West Haven. Ivy League Landscaping, from custom design to seasonal maintenance and supplies. Visit our website at ivyleaguelandscaping.com.
GoGreenKnights.com as you see Notre Dame break the huddle for head coach Gary Palladino. 31 years at Notre Dame, hanging them up at the end of the year. He's got the Green Knights off to a 10-5 record. Would love nothing more than to add one to the win column tonight in the second to last home game, scheduled to be his last home game. Mother Nature got in the way. Notre Dame will play East Haven next Thursday in his real last home game. But the only thing that matters now is this last 8 minutes as Notre Dame in hand in a tight one, SEC battle here on Tonelli Court in Alumni Hall. Steve Kirk, Jared Murphy, thanks for joining us. We got the final exciting conclusion of the game tonight. Blackwell gets by Barnaby, gets off a pretty good shot, back rimmed it. Blackwell knocks it out of bounds, so Hand will have a chance to make it a one-possession game.
He's had a few of those tonight. A lot of mid-range ones. He hasn't really been able to quite finish at the rim tonight, where he usually, I think he usually shoots a pretty good percentage from close range, but he's having a hard time tonight.
Hughes passes it inside, gets kicked out to Barnaby, and we've got ourselves a one-possession game as Barnaby hits a 15-foot jump shot. Nothing but net.
Yeah,
Notre Dame leads 44-42.
Full court.
Inside to Bongiorni, works on Anderson, spin move into the middle, goes up late and somehow gets that to fall. Anderson, pretty good perimeter defense there. Bongiorni's able to muscle up a shot, gets it to fall. Edie tries to knock one away from Wallach, Teeling underneath, gets it back out to Anderson, guarded by Morges.
I think it was touched.
And Anderson, trying to see the official's call. Anderson threw it, tried to get it to Hughes, didn't know if Walton touched it. Walton did not, so Notre Dame will inbound right in front of Coach Palladino. Bongiorni again posting up. Anderson spins. Bongiorni thought he got fouled, so Notre Dame coaching staff wasn't called. Barnaby goes straight to the basket, and he's going to get fouled and go to the line shooting two.
Called that on the floor?
Called it on the floor, I believe.
Yeah.
So Hand is going to inbound on the far end, trailing 46-42, 6:26 left to go.
And again, Ryan Morgus at the end of that play coming flying over, trying to get another swat in there.
I think he was the one whistled for the foul.
Yeah, he was.
Wallach will shoot a three and gets it to drop after it touches every single part of the rim. And Hand is within one, 46-45.
Yeah, within one. Hand is just feeling good. Morale is high right now.
Momentum in the black shirts, I would say.
Absolutely.
As Hughes knocks it away, trying to go in to give Hand the lead and gets it to drop. And Hand takes a 47-46 lead. And the far huddle is excited. We'll take a timeout here too. Notre Dame trails for the first time in a long time. Hand 47, Notre Dame 46. You're watching Notre Dame basketball on GoGreenKnights.com.
Many times bad things happen to good people. A car accident, a divorce, a loved one is arrested. Things you just can't prepare for. Zingaro and Cretella specialize in civil litigation, family law, and criminal defense. A leading New Haven and Fairfield County general practice law firm established in 2001, attorneys Gene Zingaro and Don Cretella, MD class of 1986, who thankfully is a much better lawyer than it was a receiver for me, will guide you and help you make an informed and rational decision in a difficult time. Visit them at www.theconnecticutdefenders.com. Zingaro and Cretella is a law firm you can trust.
As Network Group, we are committed to offering simple and meaningful solutions to your complex problems. We work hard to achieve the highest levels of quality in our solutions to help your customers meet their challenging business needs. We're committed to delivering technology management solutions that offer security, reliability, availability, and performance. Visit our website, thebusinessnetworkgroup.com, for more information.
To GoGreenKnights.com, Business Network Group, one of our fine sponsors. Just a quick mention that Longini Sausage is tonight's sponsors. You can find them in the area's finest restaurants, delis, pizza houses, supermarkets. You can visit them online at LonginiSausage.com. Notre Dame trails 47-46. Edie goes to the lane, up off the glass, no good. Crampton with the rebound. Hughes will bring it up. Hand has a momentum and shoots a three, and right now they have turned a 10-point deficit, 12-point deficit into a 4-point lead. The Tigers' momentum on their side.
They have, and that was tough. You know, Taj got to the hoop, had a possible layup there, and then it goes for three the other way. It's a big swing.
Big 5-point swing, 50-46. Notre Dame going to need some fourth quarter magic now, as their 12-point lead, 39-27, is gone.
Yeah,
23-9 run by
I think if you're Notre Dame here, you know, you just want to keep playing patient, play some basketball you did first half. Wait for shots that you know are your shots in high percentage. Good things are bound to happen.
Important trip for the Green Knights. Need a basket. Walton's going to shoot a three and gets nothing but net. Matches the three by Wallach on the other side. That's a big basket by the Green Knights.
I think that's one of those ones when you're a coach, you're like, no. Okay.
Teeling down the other end, spins on Benjordi and gets it to go. Blackwell on Barnaby. Gets it to Edie up top. Finds Morges. Brings it back to the middle of the court. Gets it to Walton on the right side. Trying to find Bongiorni down low. Getting muscled out by Crampton as Edie tries to drive the lane. Finds Blackwell on the wing for a three. Good! And we are knotted. 52-52. Two big possessions by the Green Knights. A three by Walton, a three by Blackwell. And we are in a 4-minute basketball game. Morges might have gotten away with a little hold there. Bongiorni with the steal. Blackwell in control and then out of control as Hughes steps in and takes a charge. That's a good bit of defense by Hughes.
That was good defense, and Coach Collins basically almost walked right out to that spot there, said, hey, listen, under control, had the numbers.
We've got a 3-minute and 44-second game, 52-52. Notre Dame student body over to the left. You can hear him chanting defense. Wallach almost bounces off his foot. Barnaby gets it, drives on Blackwell. Edie flicks it with a steal, goes the other way, lays it up, and good. And Notre Dame re-grabs the lead, 54-52.
Yep, generating off defense. Solid half-court defense, really by Lonnie that caused it. Barnaby had to try and give it up. Taj did a nice job anticipating.
Hughes thinks about a three, drives to the lane, puts one up off the side of the backboard, no good. Comes back to Crampton. He's going to try a three, back rim, no good. Rebound by Teeling, but a foul's going to be called on Notre Dame on the rebound.
Big one-handed rebound. Teeling went up for that one, grabbed that one one-handed. And that last one almost went up as Coach Rossi drew it up. Throw it off the backboard and we'll knock down a three almost.
I think we saw some commercials where they made shots with Larry Bird and Michael Jordan back in the day. Magic Johnson.
That's right. Off the rafters, off the wall.
Nothing but net.
That's right.
That one didn't go nothing but net, but Teeling got it back.
Michael Jordan, 50.
That means I'm getting old too.
It's crazy.
But Teeling's going to shoot here. 1-1 makes the first. 54-53.
And if your hand, that's exactly what you want to do. Down the stretch, these free throws, critical.
Shot selection and valuing the basketball.
That's right.
And whoever makes free throws. If you do those three things in the last 3 minutes, I would venture to say you're probably going to come away with a win.
That's right.
Teeling couldn't get the second one to drop. Notre Dame will maintain a 54-53 lead. Walton fakes a three, drives the lane, gets it blocked, but a foul called on Bilchik. And Walton will go to the lane and shoot two. Walton, a senior, on senior night, even though he's got another game. He'd love to give Notre Dame a 3-point lead. Front rim gets it to rattle home. 55-53, Notre Dame lead. 2:44 left. Steve Kirk, Jared Murphy, Dave Blanchard, Danny Alvarado, and our buddy Ben helping out behind the scenes while Mr. Boyle is enjoying a cruise.
Enjoying a cruise, missing a great game.
Right now, I'm glad I'm here. Tomorrow, I probably wish I was him.
That's right.
Walton got the second one to drop, 56-53 lead, 2:30 left. Notre Dame students on their feet to the left. Jablonski against Morges. Takes a three, front rim no good. Wallach, the shortest guy on the floor, gets the rebound and puts it in. Coach Rossi will call timeout. We'll take 1-2. Notre Dame 56, Hand 55. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the fantastic fourth quarter finish. You're watching Notre Dame basketball. GoGreenKnights.com.
Considering an orthodontic treatment for you or your children, Dr. Philip Caparuso, a Notre Dame parent of 4, is conveniently located at the end of the Milford Green. Dr. Caparuso is a board-certified orthodontist and a preferred Invisalign provider. A proud GoGreenKnight.com sponsor, you can visit Dr. Caparuso online at drcaportho.com or call 203-874-5400. Let Dr. Caparuso bring out your best smile.
Welcome back to GoGreenKnights.com. Both teams huddled up. We had a full timeout there. Steve Kirk, Jaron Murphy, 2:19 left to go. Notre Dame 56, Hand 55. Coach, what do you think both teams were talking about in that huddle?
I think pretty much what you were saying right there. Hey, listen, let's control the ball. Let's not foul. We get to the line, let's make those free throws. They're probably considering 7 fouls. Notre Dame over here, 5 fouls on Hand.
And can be aggressive because they do have a foul to give.
That's right. I think they're saying just play some smart basketball here. The worst thing you can do is, turn it over and do something not smart.
Hand went full court, man-to-man, 55 defense and Coach Palladino's Parlance.
And I think I heard Coach Pal yelling, rebound, rebound about 25 times in his huddle. So I think we know what they're going to try and do. Make sure they box out and rebound.
Notre Dame running their motion offense. Edey pump fakes a three, brings it back to the middle of the floor, gets it to Walt. 1:50 to go and count. Gets it inside to Morges. Drop move, left hand, good! And Notre Dame goes back in front by 3. Great feed into Morges with a nice move. Notre Dame leads by 3, 58-55.
It was. Great footwork. Swung it through, finished left hand.
Wallach drives in. And Coach Rossi calls timeout. Looks like he'll take a full timeout too. He's going to put some subs in. We'll hear from our sponsors again. They're the only way GoGreenKnights.com happens. 1:27 left. Notre Dame up by 3. We'll be back right after these words.
Good morning, Curtis Ryan. Congratulations.
Hi, Curtis Ryan. I just brought my new Honda in for the first free oil change, and they're even washing it. We got such a great deal on that car, and everyone here is so easy to work with. Thank you, Curtis Ryan.
For a limited time, your first month's payment is on us. Up to $500 on select 2012 models. Call Curtis Ryan in Shelton for details.
Looks good, doesn't it? But you forgot something. all that saturated fat. Why not try Longini sausage instead? Other leading brands contain more than twice the saturated fat than Longini. Made with all natural ingredients, perfectly spiced with just enough salt, Longini sausage is the healthier choice. Made fresh locally in New Haven since 1950. Look for the Longini label in your grocer's fresh meat section.
Welcome back to GoGreenKnights.com. Notre Dame sports in full bloom again as we get, kind of back to the normalcy. The track team was competing in the Class L championships today. Haven't heard too much word from there. Hockey team has a battle with undefeated and #1 Fairfield Prep tomorrow. Green Knights are, I believe, 11-2 and ranked #2. Swimming had a big meet at Fairfield Prep earlier in the week, but all that matters now is the last minute and 20. Notre Dame 58-55. As a jump ball is called, which is the right call. Might have been a travel first.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looked like in the beginning there.
But Mr. Bill Murphy, a compadre of mine, comes in with a good jump ball call. Hand will maintain possession. 1:13 to go. Bilchik in the corner, guarded by Walton, pair number 11s. Swings it over to Barnett. Finds it to Jablonski. Jablonski moving in on Morges. Finds to find Crampton underneath, can't. Gets it to Barnaby, guarded by Blackwell. We are under a minute. Notre Dame 58, Hand 55, Crampton. Tries to find Barnaby on a little flex screen, guarded well by Blackwell. Bilchik steps in, takes a two-point jumper. Front rim, no good. Bongiorni skies high for the rebound. Holds on to it. Was able to get a jump ball call. The previous one went to Hand.
Yeah.
This one will go to Notre Dame. So the Green Knights will maintain possession, up 58-55, 43 ticks of the clock left. Hand only committed 5 team fouls, so they can be aggressive to try to get a steal. And if you commit the foul, no big deal, because you're just going to force Notre Dame to take it in again.
That's right, and I think if you're Notre Dame, you got to expect them to gamble on that.
They break the pressure, get it to Blackwell. Blackwell drives the lane, fouled by Barnaby. He had an open lane for a layup there, but I think he was going to kind of swing around and pull that out, which I think would have been a wise move. Fouled by Barnaby, so we will shoot 1-and-1 bonus free throws for the rest of this game. So Notre Dame will inbound on its offensive end, 58-55, 33 seconds left. Find Edey. Edey being guarded by Blackwell, and he's going to bump. I'm sorry, Edey's being guarded by Belchek. Belchek just bumps him. So Hand going offense, defense there. They'll put their offensive players back in. Edey going to go to the line. Chance to give Notre Dame a 2-possession lead.
Yep, I think if you're Notre Dame, you like Taj going to the free throw line for you. Solid shooter.
1-and-1, so there is a little bit of pressure. Edey takes a deep breath, flexes his shot. No good, but Bongiorni gets the rebound, but then loses it. So Hand is going to get another try. Wallach to Wallach, gets it to Barnaby. Coach Rossi will call timeout, and this comes down. We're going to keep this one here, and this comes down to the debate that Coach Shea and I have all the time, whether it's in the faculty room, whether it's in the gym, whether it's by text when we're watching some college games. I think there's a little too much time to hear now, but now the question I have for you is, are you a believer in, do you foul because you don't want the three-point shot to tie it, or do you play hard-nosed defense and see what happens?
I know. When I coached for my team there, it was usually a mixture of both, depending on who had the ball and what the time was. So depending on who had the ball, poor shooter, a little bit of time left to say, hey, grab him, foul him right away. We'll get the ball coming the other way. A lot of times, high school guys are so amped up, they're not able to make a decision like that in the moment. So a lot of times, to be honest with you, in most of our games, we would just kind of play them straight up. But you also had to consider, when I was coaching, we had a shot clock. So if we could hold them to that shot clock,
It is a little different with the shot clock, which we got into in the last game we did.
Right.
I'm a believer in fouling, but I'm an official and a quasi-broadcaster. These guys get paid to coach. Coach Shea does not believe in fouling.
Yeah, I think, and usually if you're up 3, I can tell you that probably most of the games I've coached without the shot clock, and if it's just down, under the shot clock, most times we would just play them defense straight up.
Coach Shea's philosophy is to play hard-nosed defense, contest, and box out.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not the underdog. I think these are two pretty evenly matched teams because he figures if you're the better team, you know what, you'll probably win in overtime. But a lot of times the team that makes the three has the momentum. Let's see what happens here. Jablonski tries to find Wallach, and he throws a pass 30 feet that he needed to throw 20 feet.
Yeah.
Wallach could not corral it before stepping out of bounds. So turnover hand, and Notre Dame with 6.6 on the clock is going to inbound the ball up 3. Coach Palladino will take time out there. And they tried to run a flex screen. They would have had Wallach open for a 3. He might be their best shooter. Unfortunately, Jablonski's pass was just a little too strong and went out of bounds.
Probably a good idea. Seemed like a pretty good play that Coach Rossi drew up. Probably had a pretty decent look at it, but you know, when the pressure's on in a game like that, everything's just a little bit tighter, you know. You might think a little bit more than usual, and all of a sudden kind of have pass that's not too bad becomes more difficult. So.
And I do think, I'm a believer in fouling, but I really only want to do it in the waning seconds. I think at that point there was way too much to do it because there's so much time that can go back and forth.
Right.
But you got to practice it. You got to have your guys know how to foul because you don't want to foul a shooter to shoot 3 because now you got a potential 4-point play or you're giving them 3 free throws. So it is a fine art. It's something you got to practice.
It is a fine art. Because I know coaching too, we've blown a few of those. So thankfully I can say I think the majority of them we came out on top, but I remember blowing a few and those ones hurt.
You remember the losses a lot more than the wins, right?
Yes.
All right.
Quiet bus ride back home.
We'll set the scene for you here. Great crowd here tonight. Senior night, alumni night. Notre Dame in hand. It's been a thriller. Notre Dame led by 12. Hand went on a big run, took a 4-point lead, but Green Knights have battled back. Back-to-back threes by Walton and Edey. Big stalwarts tonight. Good move by Moore, just got Notre Dame a lead. And Notre Dame is going to turn it over there. And then they're also going to turn it over, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be off of hand. That was
a scrum.
That was a good description.
What was that?
They tried to find Bongiorni. He couldn't corral it. Ball was loose. Players were on the floor. The ball ultimately goes out of bounds against hand. Coach Rossi sitting down the end of the bench, not happy with that sequence. Notre Dame's going to take their final timeout. Don't know it's their final timeout. It just seems like they've called a lot. We'll keep it. We'll keep it here.
Good. Keeping track of that.
We'll keep it here. Just keeping it track mentally. We'll keep it here. Notre Dame, 10-5. If they can get the ball in bounds here, would look to move to 11-5. Extract some revenge from a 62-57 opening night win by hand back on December 12th. Green Knights do have a couple more games left to play. They're going to play Hamden Sunday at 5. Monday night, they'll play Sheehan away in the 7 p.m. tip in Wallingford. And then Thursday, the 21st, they will round out the regular season in a home match against East Haven at 6:30. Hand themselves has 3 games left. They're going to play Career Monday afternoon, actually, 2 p.m., President's Day. Then Tuesday, they'll play Guilford. That's a big rivalry, battle on the shoreline, Hand and Guilford. Then they'll round up with Amity, a very good team, on Thursday. So both teams with some games left to play. They throw it away, lays it up and in. Hand actually scores on that play. And it's going to be a Notre Dame 58-57 win. That's not exactly how you drew it up.
No.
But Notre Dame's going to emerge victorious. Bongiorni tried to find Blackwell, I think, and the ball just got away, but
it's been crazy those last 3 possessions there.
No one could. You're talking about corralling the basketball, controlling the basketball. No one really could there.
No.
We'll take a quick break, come back, wrap this one up, play a word from a couple of our sponsors, and then wrap this one up. Maybe we'll try to get Coach Powell for an interview. Let's see. But you're watching Notre Dame basketball on GoGreenKnights.com. New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates specialize in medical and surgical care of the foot and ankle. They have a state-licensed surgical center with a physical therapy center available for all patients. Physicians include Notre Dame graduates David and Robert Novicki, along with Martin Pressman, James Krantz, and Jesse Parks. They are affiliated with the 3 major New Haven area hospitals, and they participate with most health insurance carriers. With locations in New Haven, Hamden, Milford, and Ansonia, New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates is your GoGreenKnight.com connection to healthier feet. Visit them online at MilfordPodiatry.com.
Ivy League Landscaping is a family-owned, full-service design and build landscape company which services Southern Connecticut. We offer digital landscape design and installation. Our interlocking concrete paver system will add beauty to your patio and walkway. We share our location with our own Soundview Landscape Supply. Please visit us at 50 Industry Drive in West Haven. Ivy League Landscaping, from custom design to seasonal maintenance and supplies. Visit.
All right, welcome back to GoGreenKnights.com. Just we're joined here real quickly by Coach Palladino. Coach, 58-57, a little wild at the end there, but hey, a win's a win. I'm sure you're going to be happy.
Are you kidding? You played for us at Notre Dame. I can't tell you how proud I am of the effort. It's all about the first 4 minutes. I've said that for 100 years. We got a great start, and because we were able to come out hard in the first 4 minutes, we win this game at the end. It's that simple. You know, Taj Edie's big three threes were huge. We had 5 threes the first half. We're not a good shooting team. This team has really overachieved. We got 12 wins, I think, or 11 wins with 12 on the horizon. And for a team that shoots 40%, God bless them. God bless. We got Our Lady on our side. But I was really proud of everybody in the free shots. Bongiorni hit the big free shots. All right, and we got the ball inside where we wanted. But we missed some, let's face it, we missed some shots.
But you're going to miss
Not
some
taking
shots.
anything away from hand. They're a very well-coached team. You know, we had a tough game up there, the first game of the season. We lost because we didn't box out on a free throw. But go ahead, Steve.
I was just going to say, you know, tonight you seem to be in control. You had a 12-point lead. They made a big run, got a lead. You had to be happy the way your guys responded because Hand had all the momentum middle of that
as you know, when you get a big lead, I never really liked the big lead early because it's a game of ebb and flow. You know, it's a game of rhythm, and I give them credit. They came back, but so didn't we. They punched us, as the saying goes. We punched back. Great effort for Notre Dame. I couldn't be proud on senior night.
Just going to mention that senior night, 5 seniors to get a win.
5 seniors. They have been great all season. The culture of this team is back. And Coach Shea and Coach Kirk, your brother, next year, Coach Mass, Coach Griff, they're going to do a great job. I can see it coming. Freshmen are playing great. JVs are great. I'm so excited we got the tradition back in the winning side.
Now, we talked about senior night being big. Obviously, we got alumni here, a lot of former players. How important, or how
it's huge to see Joe Pepe here, and I don't who?
Jim Halloran.
Yeah, and we got Joe and Brendan Leary. All-time leading scorer.
I bet you wanted to bring Joe and Brendan out for that last sequence.
There's so many guys here that I can't wait to go hug. All right, Ashton Johnson gave a pregame talk in the locker room. God bless Ashton. Okay, and just so many nice. My sister's here. Oh my God, my sister's here. First game she's seen. I'm not kidding. At Notre Dame, 31 years. My sister is here.
That's awesome.
I know she's 72, but she can still make one other game.
Hey, do me a favor.
I love
Congratulations.
You.
Enjoy it. Go talk
I
to your
love
team,
you guys so much. Murphy, you do a great job. I love you guys.
That's Coach Pal. He's pretty happy. We'll hand the mic back to Coach Murphy. We'll get some final thoughts, and then we will go have a little celebration down in the auditorium. But Coach, you heard Coach talk. What do you think ultimately was the key to this game?
Oh yeah, I think he's right on the money there. The defense really at the end there, like you said, coming out second half, they came out some pretty good defense. But Hand came out on fire too. But towards the end there, their defense really stepped it up. They were able to separate them. So hey, we're on camera here. How's it going? But yeah, that second half, that defense is really what stepped up for them. They were starting to challenge a lot more of Hand shots, at the three-point line, and they were able to generate some transition points, which they need a lot. They thrive off of. So I think that's the difference. Their defense. And their rebounding too, which I didn't mention before. They really did a good job holding Hand to like one shot and heading down the other way. So.
Last question before we bid adieu. But what this type of win, as we mentioned with Coach, up 12, down 4, rallied for a win after some time off. What do you think this can kind of do for them, for momentum to propel them in their final regular season games?
Yeah, I think that gained some nice momentum for them. I think that this will really help them generate them into their next few games here. Everybody's got to be feeling up on a high, and I mean this game got close. It was tough. It was tense. You could definitely feel like the momentum swing going back towards Hand. But they were able to come back, play hard, stick it out, stick together. So I think it's good for them going down the stretch.
For Dave Blanchard, for Danny Alvarado, for Ben, who
got the whole crew on here. Do we got the crew on there?
For the crew who kept us on the air and on time. Great work tonight, guys. We appreciate it. We'll bid adieu right now.
The guy behind the camera. There he is.
There he is. We'll get him on camera. But this will not be our final basketball webcast of the year. We'll try to bring a postseason game or two to you, but this will be the final one for the regular season. Notre Dame does play Hamden on Sunday. They'll then play Sheehan on Monday, and then they'll wrap up the regular season in really the final home game for the seniors and Coach Powell Thursday when they play East Haven. But tonight on senior night and alumni night, Notre Dame emerges victorious. Notre Dame 58, Hand 57. Stay tuned to GoGreenKnights.com for future Notre Dame postseason sporting events. For Jared Murphy, this is Steve Kirk. Good night, everybody.
Our website at ivyleaguelandscaping.com.
Many times bad things happen to good people. A car accident, a divorce, a loved one is arrested. Things you just can't prepare for. Zingaro and Cretella specialize in civil litigation, family law, and criminal defense. A leading New Haven and Fairfield County general practice law firm established in 2001, attorneys Gene Zingaro and Don Cretella, ND class of 1986, who thankfully is a much better lawyer than it was a receiver for me, will guide you and help you make an informed and rational decision in a difficult time. Visit them at www.theconnecticutdefenders.com. Zingaro and Cretella is a law firm you can trust.
Network Group, we are committed to offering simple and meaningful solutions to young